2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, maybe later, you could show me things.
Hey guys, this is Jacolia of Jacolia Gems. Thank you for once again coming back home, family. For those of you that happen to be new here, I definitely hope that you heard something on today that will persuade you to stay. Clearly, this is going to be a voice-over video. I have been severely under the weather and I am still recuperating. With that being said, let's just jump straight into today's video. I'm going to break this down possibly in a few different videos. So I want to address one of the episodes that Joe recently dropped, and he had a young lady on the name by Shanty, and I believe she's under 25. And you guys know Melyssa Ford, she's 47. And they were talking about a plethora of things. Shanty began to say that she was raised by her mom and her dad. Her dad 100% took care of her mom. Her mom didn't go to work until her father passed away. Rest in peace to her father. Definitely know how it feels to lose a parent. Lost my mother 2 years ago. And my parents were married for 36 years before my mother suddenly passed away. So I know how it is to have parents that were together, that raised you in the same household, whom were married for a significant amount of time. She also began to state that the same thing was true with her grandparents. I can say the same. My grandparents were married for 54 years before my grandfather passed away in 2016. Shanty also has stated that she was engaged before. And while the guys on the pod said, oh, that doesn't matter, it definitely has precedence. It speaks to the ability of a woman being able to present as a wife. Every woman can't say that she's been engaged. Every woman can't say that she's been proposed to. And I know for some of you, it's like, well, she hasn't been married. A lot of times, it has literally been by choice. The amount of women that I know who are married, if they did not stick through years of cheating in their relationships and in their engagements, they would not be wives. So a lot of questions need to be asked as to, well, why are you single? Because being single for some people, not only just women, is a literal choice. With that being said, Shanty didn't surprise me by a lot of her takes because she's young. She caught me off guard with a couple of her takes because of the two-parent household influence that she comes from. Case in point, her age preference is very jarring to me, seeing as if her frontal lobe is still yet to be developed. I'm 37 years old, and according to some scientists now, your brain isn't finished in developing until you're 40 years old. Some begin to say between 25 and 30. Shanty began to say that she wouldn't date anyone under 30 years old or go over, I think, like 42. Psychologically speaking, that screams daddy issues. And as a woman that was raised by her father, talking about me, it's possible to still have daddy issues. It's possible to have mommy issues. And for this young girl, this young woman, to have this age preference, Ice and Ish looked at her like she was crazy, and they were in sheer silence. And her mental capacity doesn't even add up to those age preferences. Yet, men in their 30s and in their 40s would be with someone her age. And it's simply because of this mindset. And it's not to say that younger women aren't attractive. They aren't beautiful. They aren't fertile. All of these other things. I was a younger woman before. And I prefer me now. And I'm positive I'll prefer myself at 40 and I'll prefer myself at 45 because there's some wisdom that come along with that. Now, the guys on the pod, they say that they wouldn't, because all of them are 35 and over, that they wouldn't, outside of Imani, I don't know about Kino, But outside of Imani, and even he put an asterisk on that, they would not entertain women her age. Some of them even under 35, they're not going under that because they realize the mental discrepancies between those ages. I feel like every 5 years a woman should become a totally different person. This is just me speaking as a woman. I look forward to seeing how different I am in 3 years, from 37 to 40. I really look forward to it. My grandmother often tells me that a lot of revelations that I started having between 33 and 35, she didn't have until she was 40. And she's always told me that mentally that I was wise beyond my years. It's just really jacked up because wisdom is applicable, and I have not always applied the knowledge that comes through me. When Shanti began to say, and this is like going to be the conglomerate of my issue. And Mel didn't speak up, and the guys on the pod were like, Mel, you aren't going to speak up. You aren't going to lend some of your wisdom. And this is where the ball drops for a woman, a black woman. And I am going to go here. Mel is a mixed woman. And of course, through her father, because he carries the seed, she would be considered a black woman. She was raised by her white mother. And for me, it becomes obvious of when a woman is raised by someone other than a black woman, specifically a wise black woman. And it's not to say Mel was poorly raised. She's clearly an intellectual woman. The views that we have been looking for will not be perpetrated by Melyssa Ford, because there are some things that are not innate on the inside of her because she's a mixed woman. Even though she's presenting black, you would not look at Mel and think that she was a mixed woman. When she opens up her mouth and when she says some of her viewpoints, and when some of the vivaciousness via infinite wisdom that comes with the black woman is missing out of her speech, that's when me, as a black woman that was raised by a wise black woman who still sits at the feet of my grandmother, my father's mother, is something missing there. So Shanti began to say that she would not sleep with a guy in her house where she pays all the bills. If a guy's dating her, he has to pay all his bills. And this is simpletry and prostitution. That's just what it is. When we have to put a monetary value on sex, you become a prostitute. That's not a standard that should be held for oneself. And the modern day woman thinks that this sounds better than it is. I'm going to tell y'all, right? The ocean that I lived in from the age of 19 through 35, the opportunities that I had from one man in particular, but not the only man, but one man in particular, not the only man, whom I could have had life-changing circumstances. I'm talking about being put up, kids' college tuitions paid for, my schooling paid for, living in another country. You understand me? Totally different life. Multiple opportunity from multiple men, but we're going to talk about this one man in particular. So, like, I know what that looked like. I know what that opportunity feels like. This same man was never able to call me and tell me to take off work because he's going to pay me. No, baby, I'm finna work my full shift, and when I see you, you still gonna give me the money that you was gonna give me, and you gonna give me some more money, and we gonna have a good time. A necessity as a man, yes, but an option when it comes to everything else, because my daddy issues don't peek through in that way. I can call my daddy right now. I can call my uncle right now. You understand what I'm saying? I have male friends who are specifically platonic, who would move mountains for me and my children. I have exes who will expect nothing physical from me, who will move mountains, and I make good money. So I don't want it to be lost that it's easy for a woman to get on the internet and speak about opportunities that she hasn't had granted to her. Who? Ha! We owls over here. Who? Not I. So when women present in certain ways, they don't realize how desperate and how hard up and how whorish they come off. I personally do not want to be with a man that's paying my rent and paying my basic necessities while we are in a relationship. That's poor money management. That's not a wise man. Why are you investing into ground that you do not know will reap you any benefits? And simply because you want some? I don't know. I don't roll like that. There are certain things that's supposed to be done in decency and in order. And when we expect men to do things as husbands while they're boyfriends, that's not you presenting yourself as a wife. Now, I'm gonna take the 500, the 1,000, I'm gonna take the, if you want to pay a light bill, if you want to pay for my son AAU, if you want to pay for my daughters to, like, whatever it is that men have done for us, not me, for us, has gone without body being on table. Let's talk about it. Because I really want y'all to get to know, it's really levels to this. And I don't be trying to be on this internet talking about myself. But when I tell you, like, certified snipers can keep their vagines, shout out Mel, but I'm going to say box, keep their box, their snatch, their pocket to themselves. If this is what the relationship is. Just like certified snipers will take somebody down for the free 99 because that's literally what she wants to do. And she's not prostituting herself for some money. I had a sweet Vic by the name of Tommy. And my homie Janine can verify this. Had a sweet Vic by the name of Tommy. I wasn't looking for him. He came through somebody we'll call boyfriend. Boyfriend hit Janine like, yo, I got a homie. He a little older. He ain't, easy on the eyes. But he got a lot of money. And he just looking for somebody he could kick you with every now and then. But she gotta be right. And she gotta know how to navigate men with money. She said, oh, I know exactly who I'm gonna call. I'm finna hit up T2. Nene hit me up and she said, let me know. I said, yeah, did you let him know my rules? I let him know your rules. So, because y'all don't know me, what are the rules, Jacolia? See, my rules were, do not call me after 9. You really ain't got to call me, period, because we're not finna build no friendship. Don't mention sex to me. Don't try to hug on me and kiss on me. Don't try to make it seem like it's something that it's not. We can go out. I chill with you on a block. I sit with you in VIP. Basically, I'll be your little arm candy. And we could be cool. Like, we could be cool. Like, we could chop it up. We could play cards. You know, all of that other stuff you keep for them. And these were my rules. And my rules were abided by for a good 6 months. I ate good. I got massages, nails done, toes done, cash money, bill paid. Like, I was having a fun summer, sometimes shy. And then one day, I guess he said he was going to try his luck. And he said something sexual to me. And I texted him. And I said, I told you the rules. And I blocked him. I'm going to tell Janine to comment down below so y'all don't think I'm flogging, because I don't do that. And I blocked him. And he went frantic, looking for me, all this other stuff. He even popped up at my house. And this is what happens when you withhold yourself. But that was a funny situation. What also happens when you withhold yourself is you get engaged to be married within 6 months. Because a man actually gets to sit down and gets to know you. He gets to know your mind. He gets to know your likes, your dislikes. You get to know him. Y'all get to spend time with each other. That happened for me. And during that time, I wasn't asking that man if he was having sex with somebody else. He wasn't having it with me. He wasn't kissing on me. He wasn't holding my hand. He knew what it was going to be like. Because that's why you here. You heard about me. Like, we grown. You heard about me. You love what you see. You love how smart I am. You love how spiritually grounded I am. But you heard about the kid. You know why you here. And as a woman, I know that I control that dynamic. See, women ain't out here with as much G as they think, with as much couth and decorum and as much separation as they think. And men know me in a totally different way than my female counterparts do. And I'm going to talk about that one day so I can let y'all know exactly why my exes feel how they feel. We're going to have some open and honest conversations. Melyssa Ford did not chime in and tell her, like, listen, I hear you. Be about your money. That ain't the way you do it because you sound like a prostitute. Listen, if he paying your bills while he's not living to you, with you, what money is he saving up? How is that financial wisdom? Listen, if you putting a price tag on your box, what does that say about you? Listen, why do you, as I think like a 23-year-old, want somebody 30 to 40 something? Why is there no differentiation in mindset? At least from what has been talked about on the pod in depth when it comes to some of these things, because Joe was even like, what's really mind-blowing to me is that Mel isn't one of these new age girls, but she sounds just like them when she opens her mouth. And it's baffling to me because, damn, I'm 37 and I sound older than you. And I want y'all to know that story with that sweet Vic. I wasn't even 25 yet. I was like 22. 37-year-old me would never. So this is why I'm just like, okay, I'm sit back, I'm listening to her because she's still young. Shanti is still young. And this is what we mean when we say that we are stupid before a certain age. And this is why some men say, nah, I would never date nobody that young, would never marry nobody that young, because they see the difference in mindset. Even in that one woman that they've been with since high school to 40, they see the change and the maturation and the grace, the poise, the tact, the decorum, the wisdom, that was whole shit. That wasn't okay. I was broken. I did not love myself. Because I'm going to tell y'all this. I ain't never met a hoe that love herself. She may think she love herself. But no woman that truly loves herself is going to consistently and repeatedly give of herself just because it make her body feel good when we're supposed to be operating out of spirit. See, I had to learn that I'm not only a portal of life because I birthed it, but I'm also a portal of death. And being a sniper can lead many men to the grave because they hold on great infinity for you. And they ruin other women trying to find them in you. And they create enemies for you because of the love that they still have that has now turned into hate because you couldn't keep your legs and your mouth closed and you just had to take it there. But yeah, there needs to be, I don't know, maybe this is just me projecting and me being like, y'all are really stupid and smarter women need to talk. That's likely my arrogance peeking through. And if it is, I eat that. Pause. I just feel like it's more that can be said. More that can be done. And Mel, I hate to say it, baby, but you giving salmonella. Salmonella. And that's deadly. Salmonella is code for old bird. This is Jacolia of Jacolia Gems signing off.